Okay, take a seat, take a seat. Now, every one of you who came through my 5th grade last year, and all of you that came through in the 4th grade this year, remembers this man right here from a video I showed you. This is Alosha. He came all the way from South Africa, over 10,000 miles away, to speak for just one night only here in St. George, here at our school. And if you remember the video, he was showing us the school he built in Johannesburg, bringing in kids to teach them about growing herbs and so I was so excited to hear that he was coming on a tour of the United States, and that we were lucky enough to talk him into coming here. And I know we only have a few minutes, but I was so excited that he got a chance to come here and inspire you personally. And if you know of anyone that's free tonight, back here at the school at 6 o'clock, he's going to be speaking for like a couple of hours on what you saw in that video that you've seen me present to you.
So we have a market where this is the raising zone. So your family would own one of these. You have your home, and this is 1 acre per family. So we have 60 families living on this land, okay? And we have lots of food forest gardens. So food forests are very awesome systems. It's not what you see out there. Food forest has 13 layers, starting from little smelly herbs like pennyroyal that smell like mint, and going into lavenders, rosemary, and geraniums, peaches, apple trees, palm tree if your area can grow it, and then a grape and creepers creeping on top of it. So it's 13 layers. It's a whole ecosystem. So it's all food forest. Here we have a farming angle with different vegetable beds and herbs growing. All these curves are not just for, there is a reason for all these curves. So all our roads are built on contour. And you can try it. It's on the map. You see those lines, those squiggly lines? They're the same height line above sea level. Yes, contour. Do you guys know what contour line is? Yeah? Why do we work with contour? Because water flows 90 degrees to contour. So if you do a bump on this line, any water will stop there and soak into the ground. So we can create lush food forests without using water from the tap. Okay? So that's why these roads are all done on contour lines. So this dam, which is 2 million gallons, is not just catching water what falls from it on the sky. It's 1,000 feet that way, that road, and 1,000 feet that way. So the water, the dam is catching all the water that's coming from the whole mountain and catches it into this series of this dam. Do you understand? That's why we work with nature. So we have our resi zone, we have 2 schools, we have different gardening beds and things that children can play. There's different planting beds and gardens. We have the water treatment system like you've seen in my videos, so you can treat your water with plants. So we're just using Mother Nature to work together with her and to treat our dirty water easily. How? We take our dirty water, we send it through a pipe to plants. And the stones and the plants, they clean up the dirty water because they see the soap as nutrients. They don't see it as toxic. And the water that's coming out of the other end does not smell. Okay, so there's our water treatment. Here's our eco-architecture and center. So this is where we're going to be building with students different houses together. We have a conference space where we can have 1,000 people here together. We have a community playground, and of course we have a little place where we can go and be quiet. It's very important to be quiet and spend time with just listening to yourself and just go quiet. Some people call it meditation, some people call it prayer, but it's important to have quiet time, otherwise the world is too busy, you know what I mean? So sometimes you come, so there's a quiet place in the forest. So I just wanted to show you this so you guys can understand, and it's all cooperative. So let's say we decide together with 10 of you that we're going to do this dam together. So somebody does the dam, we dig it together. Some people build a house, some people build a little cafe, and it becomes like a business. Because without little business, it's going to be hard to make this thing work, because without money it's difficult. But besides money, we have 6 other pillars, and I want to present them to you. So to create a successful community, we have identified the following, and they're not cast in stone. So if you want to add something, you're welcome to add, but I have to show you. So there has to be beauty and harmony weaved in, created into what we're doing. Because if something is not beautiful, it's like, oh, why, it doesn't inspire us, because beauty inspires us. When you see something beautiful like an artwork or a sculpture, you're like, yes, So beauty is very important. Biomimicry means copying nature, how she works in what we do. And a natural law. A natural law is very important. It's working with the earth, with the moon and the sun. The moon moves oceans 2 meters, 6 feet every day. Oceans. And you are water. So if we work with the moon, let me give you an easy example. If you ever want to do when you grow up and your body is a bit like full of junk and you want to clean yourself, it's good to do it on a full moon or new moon. If you want to pig out on a pizza, it's good to do it on a half moon, because it will help you process it down and it will go out quicker. So that's how we can use the moon to work with us. Women's cycles also work on 28 days, so does the moon. So the moon is very important and the sun is very important. It's the things you see every day outside. Okay? So another one is we need to bring in our communities remembrance through play. Look how much you like to play. Through play we can learn. So through cultural traditions and play, we can make our communities more stronger. Resilience through self-regenerative and biodiverse design. So self-regeneration is a very tricky word, but it means that nature will help itself get better and better. So technology breaks down. All your iPads in 5 years are going to get broken. That's what they do, correct? Batteries get flatter and flatter, and eventually you throw the thing away. A tree gets bigger and bigger, and it will give you 1 million seeds over its lifetime. Can you see how one gives and the other one dies? I'm not saying let's get away from technology because it's part of our life, but let's bring them together to make it work together. Because right now the world is very technological, mathematical, and Mother Nature is very flowy. It's like a mother, it's a nurturer. So let's bring the two together. It's very important. So things like permaculture. For example, if I have a hill and I dig out a trench, okay, and I fill that trench with logs and sticks, yeah, big logs and sticks from the garden next door. The guy just cut his whole tree down. We use it. Instead of him shipping it away, he gives it to us. We put it in our trench. Any water coming down the hill, boom, it drops into this trench, correct? Because it's full of big logs. So it's a hole filled with big logs. So what does water do? It drops in there. And it slowly releases the water for your garden around it. So you'll see after the trench, everything is green for the next 20 meters. You got it? Because it fell down and now it's slowly giving into the earth. Yeah? So that's important. Another important pillar is unity via a common vision. If our communities don't have a common vision, everybody's pulling in, no, let's do this, no, let's do this, no, let's do this, and everybody's fighting. But if we have a common vision, and common vision could be as crazy as we're all going to do a yoga center, or common vision could be we're all building a eco school. That's what our community is gathering around. But it's important to have a common vision, otherwise, if you have common vision, everybody believes in what they do, and everybody wants to help the community to achieve this common vision. Yes? Very important, okay? And also in this common vision is working with people, what they love, and doing what they love and loving what they do. Do you agree if you love what you do, I don't have to kick you out of bed? Like, I love teaching. Nobody has to kick me out of bed and say, Alosha, man, wake up, it's time to teach. I get up and I do it because I love teaching. I'm a teacher. Do you understand? So if everybody does what they love and love what they do, not another day in our life is a work day, because we're all just having a good time, doing what we love, but at the same time the community is making money and everything is put in there. There is a very important piece here called the master craftsman. That's why it's next to the school. So the glass blowers, the clay makers, the woodworkers, the metal. So when you have your children, and we let our children go out of our plots, they could go to Johnny today and learn how to make a knife. Tomorrow they can go to Helen and learn how to make a doll from wool and some natural things. So our children will have a very wide range of activities that they can choose. Because right now you ask a kid, what do you want to be? And they say, no, I want to be a policeman or a fireman because that's what they see on TV. Here, you've actually tried making a knife out of steel. You've tried the woodwork. So I'm just going to finish because I'm aware of time. And of course, the important one is economy and cooperation. A lot of communities start to say, we don't want to work with money. We want to create a new world. Money is not important. But in that world we're living now, we are working with money. And unless we can make it all work together, our communities are going to fall apart. And how do we know that our communities are working well? When children go to university, they come back. And they want to carry on this beautiful vision and help their parents to create this amazing life. And that's what I wanted to share with you. I know we don't have a lot of time. So if any of you are very interested, I'm doing a 2.5, 3 hour talk on this. It'll be very in-depth. So maybe you can bring a parent. It's going to be happening here at the school.
In this room right here.
This room right here. So I'm available. I'm coming for one night. It's a free talk because I can't charge for Mother Earth. I'm doing it for our planet, for our home. So if you're interested, come tonight. And I don't have any more time because you have to go. Today? Today, and I'm leaving tomorrow. Gone. Yes.
Zoos, are you going to have like places with animals and stuff?
Yeah. It's a very important question because it's a very big piece of land. Animals are going to help us. But how we're going to manage animals is using electrofencing. Wait, I have to answer your question.
Wait.
I have to answer your question. Because if you let the animals go, they poop and they poop and they poop and they eat all the grass. But if you put, listen to this, look at me. If you put electrofencing, you have them in one area, then you move them to the next area, and then they help you put manure and compost on the whole area. We use animals to help us, but we don't have to eat them. Got it? Next question. Hey?
Peyton has a question. Peyton has a question.
Yeah.
Is it awkward sometimes when you're doing a YouTube video?
In the beginning, I really was bad, but if you practice at anything, you get better. Next question.
Have a great night.
Oh, it's my full name. Daryl will give it to you. Alosha Linov, L-Y-N-O-V. So sign up. It's all there. Yes, ma'am.
What year you started to be a teacher?
I think I've been a teacher my whole life. You either when you're young, you want to share something with somebody, and then you kind of realize that you're a teacher because you're sharing. You want to share.
We have a lot of natural teachers in our school too.
Yes.
Where are you building?
We're building in the south of Russia, but we want to build this in America, but your law does not allow us to build this in America.
Why?
They don't want people to be free. That's the honest truth, and I'm sorry to tell you this at a young age. But we're changing that. But we're going to change it with young people. Because you guys are going to get into the government when you grow up, and you need to bring in the laws that allow people to build the dream. Because the government ways are not working very well, as you can see. Yes, sir.
How did you figure out how to start this? Did you just think of it as a kid?
You know, I always loved walking in nature, and when I walk in nature shares with me its beauty, and I want to protect our mother planet, so I'll do everything I can. I will even prepare to die for our mother. That's how far I'll go. I'm not scared of the government. I'm here. Daryl flew me here so he believes in me, so he flew me and picked me up from the airport. So we do this for each other, and if you know that it's true, you feel it with your heart. This guy, something he's saying is right. So if you're really interested, come tonight because I'll have a lot more than 10 minutes.
Thank you so much for your time, and I hope it happens.
It has to happen because we as a human race have only 100 years to go. We've been here for 3 billion years, we only have 100 years to go. At the rate we're hammering our mother. So we want to change it. I'm stopping it as a wave. But there is a big wave of negative, old way of thinking that's destroying the planet, and I'm standing like a warrior. But it's very few of us. Getting a bit here, it's very few of us. People are paying television, people are taking newspapers, and nobody cares.
Well, you've got the perfect group right here.
Carly.
You got the perfect group. Because
Yeah. More questions.
Am I gonna be on your YouTube?
Well, you are on my YouTube. Already. Guys, come. Last question, and then we're gonna. You have to go, man. Yes.
Are you gonna allow any animals in your place?
Yeah, I was answer that. We cannot start this without animals. So we're gonna let animals come, but we're gonna control them with electrofencing, and it's not a scary thing. So they hit it and oh, okay, don't go there. So you do it before this whole thing, beautiful thing gets started. You let animal into one zone. They eat and they poop and they eat and they poop, and we move them off. Because if you don't move them off, they poop too much and they eat everything. Do you understand? If you control it, then this thing starts growing. So when we come with fruit trees, and fruit trees need nutrients, we have that from animals. We cannot start this without animals unless you have $1 million for compost. And trucks of compost. Animals will do that for free, doing what they love, eating and pooping. And making babies. Yes? Any more questions?
No.
Okay, so come tonight if you bring your dad, bring your mom.
You know when this is gonna start?
We started this already, but we want to do this in America soon. Thank you guys.
How long did it take you to get I never
Oh, 16 hours on an airplane.
I've never been on an